Hi guys, I just wanted to do a really quick mini lesson just on two things that I noticed this week with graphing that I didn't necessarily address, but I know you have gone it over in class, just not with me. So first is when you have an equation that's x equals a number versus when it's y equals a number. Okay, so you saw an x equals equation on Monday, and then yesterday you saw a y equals just a number equation. So I just wanted to address these two. When you see something with x equals a number, so this is always the slope is always going to be undefined. Okay, undefined slope, which undefined is the worst curse word in math. And what that means is it's going to create a vertical line. And what's going to happen is you're going to be over at 3 on the x-axis, and then you're going to literally just draw a line going up and down. Now, for y-intercept for this one, well, the whole thing about y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis. However, if you look at our graph, will this line ever cross the y-axis? No. So your y-intercept here would just be none. Or no y-intercept, either or. Okay, but it's never going to cross the the y-axis. Okay? So again, this is an undefined slope with no y-intercept. Now, when you see y equals a number, and this is always with just y equals a number. If it was y equals 5x, well, then that's a different story. That's going to give you a diagonal line. But when you have y equals just a number, well, you don't have a slope because in y equals mx plus b, the m is your slope. But if you notice, you're missing that whole term, okay, which meant that x was 0. The slope was 0 because it canceled out the x. So anytime it's going to be a 0 slope. And what happened is that since the slope was 0, this canceled out. So you're left with your y-intercept, which is going to be the 5. Now, this is going to create a horizontal line. You're going to be at 5 on the y-axis, and then you're just going to shoot across both ways. Okay? So anytime it's x equals, you're going to have a vertical line. And then if it's y equals a number, you're going to have a horizontal line. Okay? The next thing and last thing, again, I just did a little mini lesson on a Thursday because there's not an actual video for today besides this one, is when you're graphing, how to graph positive slope versus negative slope. Okay, so I've worked with a good amount of you this week, and I just see a little bit of complications with knowing when to go up, down, left, right, whatever. When you have a positive slope, always your original starting directions will be up and then right. So, for example, if I had a slope of 3/4, I would go up 3, right 4. If I had a slope of 2. Well, then we know always you have to have it in fraction form. So it'd be 2 over 1. So I would go up 2, right 1. Now again, once you fill in that part of the graph, if you have to reverse, then your reverse would always be down and left. You always just reverse these two directions. Okay, but that's if you're reversing it. Okay. Right now, I'm just talking about your original movements. Where do you go? And next, if you have a negative slope. Well, anytime you have a negative slope, your original directions that you're going to move are going to be down and right. Okay. So again, positive slope, up and right. Negative slope, down and right. Okay, so always move right, but just know whether to move up or down depending if it's positive or negative. So for example, if my slope was negative 1/2, then I would move down 1, right 2. If I had a slope of negative 1, which would be negative 1 over 1, I would go down 1, right 1. Okay. Okay, that sums up my mini lesson. Have a great day today. And again, going forward, if there's any little things that you have complications with, send me an email, and I'll probably try to do these once a week just to kind of do a little recap of things that I find are having complications with. Okay? All right. Bye, guys.